Hello, Toastmasters. I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. The story we heard was that the hare and the tortoise had a race. The hare just felt this was such an easy race that he could take a nap and just lay down. And the tortoise kept going and won the race because slow and steady wins the race. That's not the real story. I'm sorry. It's not. The hare, Hare, and the tortoise, Tommy, were best friends. They grew up in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Tommy lived in a lake that was so flat and crystal clear that it looked like glass. He had a small family, a mom and a dad, and Hare lived in a little hole right around Tommy. Hare had 6 or 10 brothers and sisters. He had mom and dad, aunts, uncles. It was a big family. But somehow, Hare and Tommy forged a strong friendship. They used to do everything together. They went to school together. They had fun. Life was grand. In school, as life goes, they eventually went their different ways. Hare became a track star, the football captain. He was so athletic. All the girls oohed and awed over Hare. And he'd walk by them, slick back his ears, and just kept going. And Tommy, he wasn't such an athlete. But do you know, in the 6th grade, he got this pair of glasses. He put them on, and he could see the world. He was brilliant. With those glasses, he could read Socrates and Plato and interpret Picasso. He became the class president, of course. And Tommy and Hare stayed friends. Life was grand. Life was good. Everyone was happy. The Glen was always a wonderful place to be. It was their freshman year. Everybody was in class, ready to fall asleep. And the door opened. And a light came shining through. And in the doorway was Franny the fox. Hare was ready. Tommy started shutting up his shell. He was ready. Everybody wanted Franny. Franny was amazing. And she loved everybody. Franny was just the nicest fox you could possibly imagine. Tommy and Franny went out on a date. It was so cute because he would shine his shell to perfection. She'd sit on his shell as he slowly rode around the lake. Hare would take Franny to a football game or a track and field. And afterwards, he'd take a quick shower, come back, and they'd go have some ice cream, and they'd laugh the whole time. Life went on, and it was close to the time for the prom. And Tommy knew, there is no way Franny is going to go with me. She's going to want to go with Hare. I know this. Tommy thought, and he thought, and he thought, and he said, what could I do to make Franny go with me? Now remember, Tommy is brilliant. He came up with a plan. Next couple of days, Tommy, Franny, and Hare were all together. And Tommy picked a fight with Hare. And he started yelling at him that you never respect me. And Harry's looking at him like, why would you be saying this? Franny's just... Before you know it, Tommy challenged Hare to a race, a 5-mile race. Harry's track and field, bring it on. Everybody knew how Hare prepared for a race. He had this gigantic water bottle. And after every mile, he would take 3 gulps of his water, run another mile, and take 3 gulps. Hare poured up a sleeping potion. And in the middle of the night, Tommy prepared a sleeping potion. And in the middle of the night, he snuck in to Hare's home and poured that sleeping potion in his water bottle. The next morning, it was bright and sunny. Franny, Hare, and Tommy all showed up. The race began. Hare took his gulp after 1 mile, and before you know it, completely passed out, and Tommy won the race. Franny, what does the fox say? Woo! Woo! Franny was so excited. Tommy was taking her to the prom. But unbeknownst to freshmen, every year the witches pour a truth serum into the juice bowl. In the middle of the prom, Tommy stands up, tells everyone, I know you don't know this, but I beat Hare in a foot race. Everybody went like this. And of course, when you have truth serum, you can't stop there. He continued saying, and I also made sure that Hare didn't win because I put a sleeping potion in there. Everybody was appalled. Franny just looked at him, went like that, came over to Hare and said, Hare, would you be my date for the rest of the prom? His chest popped out and he said, I would be honored. And that, my friend, is the rest of the story.
All right.